know you're somewhere, somewhere.
Hi Scorpio, welcome to my channel. My name is Ken. Today, Scorpio, you guys got Truth Transcends Illusion number 22. I don't know why this is what I'm getting. I'm just going to try to explain it. I think that there's this, when we have this idea of somebody in our mind and we want to believe like they're truly perfect and we want to believe that a person is all good, they don't have anything bad, like they're a saint, they're this perfect person, and then something happens with you and this person, and that's the time when like the fantasy ends, right? Like that's the time when the curtain falls and you're like, wait, what? Like, who is this person? I actually maybe don't even know this person. Or I think that's like the reality to everyone, right? Everyone has two sides. Everybody has, a dark and a light. Everybody has like a shadow. And until you see the shadow, you're not necessarily like aware of it, right? And I feel like this is somebody accepting someone else's shadow. That's what I'm getting with this. It's like someone here is like, this person's not perfect. And it's not even rationalizing someone's shadow. It's not like, oh yeah, like what they did was right. Or, oh yeah, what they did was okay. It's not even like that. It's just like, I can understand this person. I don't think that what they did was right. I don't think that, they're like the best person in the world. But I do understand them, and I think that is like a huge moment for whoever this is. I think this is you, Scorpio. I think it's like, I can understand why they did what they did, or I can understand why they are the way they are. Again, it doesn't mean I have to be with this person. It doesn't mean that this person is right. It just means that I can figure why they do it, like why they did this, why they did that. I figured it out. Again, sometimes things are not even rational, but it's just like acceptance, right? So that's what I'm getting with this read. I feel like an acceptance of what has happened, what has like come about, and someone accepting someone else for who they are, not necessarily like, it's not the fantasy or dream world anymore, but it's also not like, I hate this person, they're the worst thing that ever happened to me. So that's what I'm getting, Scorpio, for today. Let's pull more cards. So yeah, Scorpio, I see exactly what I was saying. It doesn't matter if the masculine or the feminine. I feel like this is two people who, I feel like I could be talking from the masculine's perspective, but it doesn't really matter. I see two people who like came up as a true pair. And it's, again, there's a lot of love here between both people. I can feel it. But like, did both people here mess up? Did both people, we were talking about one person's shadow and how one person's not perfect. But I think it was like both people, right? Like, I feel like both of you guys experienced maybe, not the worst of each other, but maybe like the worst, of each other. Like, not like, you've experienced each other's shadows. You've experienced the pain that comes with like the shadow and the dark, right? And I think that both people know that. I don't think like one person's like, oh yeah, my partner was a saint, or this person was a saint, or oh yeah, this person was like an angel. Like, again, I feel like it's like, wow, we really like moved into darkness. We really moved into like shadow. We really like hurt one another. We really, our ego led us. And I think both of you guys are understanding that about one another. It's like, wow, my person, when they're in their light, they're like beautiful, but when they're in their shadow, holy shit, like I can't deal with them. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, like they need to heal. Holy shit, I need to heal because like they triggered me, or like we triggered one another into shadow. And I just see like a cycle ending, but the cycle, it did bring you awareness of one another's shadow. It did bring you awareness of one another's darkness, and how you can hurt each other so easily because you guys love each other so much. And like, when someone is working in shadow, it might have caused someone else to work in shadow. It might have caused, I feel like a spiraling happened. And now in hindsight, the two of you are just looking at this journey and you're like, yeah, it is full of the light, it is full of the dark, and now what? Like, did we heal? Like, can we heal this? Like, I feel like these are two people who, again, we're coming to an end of a cycle. I don't know how long it took both of you guys to realize this, you know, like to realize, okay, like this whole thing, it's not that it's not us. It's that it's like a different part of us. Like we showed each other the dark of each other. You know what I mean? We showed each other like shit that we didn't necessarily want to show each other. Now what? Like I see two people here who you're both like cognizant of it. Like you both understand what happened here. It's not like, you know, it's one person's fault or another person's fault. Like I feel like there's no blame here that can really be dealt on like one person or another. I feel like it's an equal thing. Like how you guys are coming up, like right, you know, one on the left and one on the right, and then the journey card right in the middle. It's like, no, it wasn't just you, it wasn't just me, it was both of us. You know, like we both got triggered, we both said things that we didn't mean, we both did things that we didn't wish we would have done, and we were both just working from a really dark place. Now what? Because I see here desire and heaven and earth are still here. So my question is, it's funny because I feel like you two had really hurtful experiences with one another, but I still think that you guys can see that there was a lot of beauty in this relationship, that there was a lot of light in this relationship, that there was a lot of love in this relationship. So I think like you guys know, again, it's like you guys know how beautiful it can be, and you guys also know how dark it can be. So now it's kind of like, what now? Like I see somebody sitting in sage energy. This is someone who, again, when you learn through experience. So this is, it could be the masculine energy because we do have the masculine coming up at the end of the cycle. I think this is a big moment for the masculine because the masculine energy is beginning to like realize, you know, maybe the feminine has already realized this, but now it's the masculine's turn to like realize that yes, there was a lot of beauty in this relationship. If only we hadn't like triggered one another, if only we hadn't like fallen into like shadow, if only we hadn't like, you know, tried to hurt one another at one point. Like when did it become about hurting each other? You know, like when did it turn from like, you know, love to hate? You know, like I honestly feel like these two people have gone through a journey with one another, in terms of like showing all sides of each other, showing everything that they had, all good and all bad. And I still feel like at the end of the day, there's still a lot of love here and desire. So my question is, yeah, like both of you guys know that like in shadow, nothing gets done. In shadow, it's like again, it's either we have the heaven and earth or we fall. So it's like, what are we going to do here? What are we going to choose? I don't think these two are in each other's lives anymore. I think this is somebody like thinking back in hindsight, like, wow, I understand myself. Maybe this is the masculine understanding themselves, you know, like understanding. The more you understand yourself, I feel like that's when it's easier to understand someone else, right? Because if you can understand that you can get triggered and you can understand like that you can also be an ass, you know, then you can also see why someone else would be an ass, you know, like, oh, and they can also, you know, how they were feeling in a situation. Like I don't know. It's kind of like seeing it in yourself can help you identify it in someone else, or seeing you yourself fall can help you identify why someone else will fall, right? So I feel like this masculine's come a very long way, especially ending with the sage and the end of the cycle at 10. And I'm wondering what this masculine is going to do, because the masculine is like, maybe this is just closure for the masculine in this relationship. Like, you know, this door is closed, but now I don't have to hate it. Like, I don't have to hate this person or myself for what happened in the cycle. Like, I can just leave it alone in light and love. Like, that's one thing that I can see this person doing. Like, it wasn't the right timing. We weren't balanced. Our masculine and feminines weren't balanced at that time. Like, our energies weren't balanced, and it was the wrong time. But yeah, you see how that we end on the Two of Pentacles. So this masculine's like, now what? Like, I just feel like this masculine's like, okay, I understand that, and now what? Where am I going with my life? So I definitely feel like a closure coming to this masculine for this cycle. I see these two people not in each other's lives, but I specifically see the masculine being able to like let this go. The question is like letting it go and going where. So let's see where the masculine's gonna go. Because I do see, it's weird that desire and heaven and earth are here. Again, this could just be talking about the past energy, or this could be talking about how this masculine feels like, you know, there's still good shit here. You know, like, we still had good bones. Like, maybe we just have to, like, you know, talk to one another. Because I do have the Eight of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. So, yeah, let's see what this masculine decides to do. If anything, I feel like this is just, there's just a lot of closure coming to this masculine. But, like, what, in terms of, like, what now are they going to do with this person or in their life? So we're ending on the same note with this masculine. I'm not getting like where they're going, because I don't think they're going anywhere, to be honest. We end on the Sage and then we end on the Hermit. On both decks, we kind of ended in the same spot, which is this person just doing like a very deep introspection, looking at like, again, just looking at the mess here. And I think the most important thing about this reading is that someone is like getting closure, and someone is accepting, something that I think in the past was very hard for them to accept. So again, it's like, if this relationship ended, maybe this person could never say like, well, it was my fault too. Or, we both kind of ruined it together, like in our darkness and shit like that. So I think that this person is actually getting closure. And I think it's been a long time. Like, I think this is something that like this person has held on to for a really long time. And I think that this is allowing them to like finally set this cycle free, which is why I feel like we're ending with the 10. It's like somebody sets a cycle free. Somebody doesn't hold any hostility towards this person or that person. There's no hostility here. There's no hurt. Like, there's no more holding on to that pain and that hurt and like what happened here. I think it was just an imbalance in both people. And I think that's exactly what this person is seeing here. And I think this person wants to move. They want to like do something, but then I feel like they end up just sitting back down and being like, I don't know if there's anything like left to hold on to here. I don't know if it's even worth it. I don't know if this is like good for what it was. I don't know if I should like revisit this, you know what I mean, with this person. I think maybe like this person's confused. Like, I think they're just going to be alone for a little while, trying to figure out what they really want to do now, like with their life. I feel like this is like letting this person set this cycle free. And this has been something that I think I think this has been a long time. I think it's been years. Like, I feel like this person has been holding on to this for a very long time. I don't think this is like new energy. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this old relationship passed a long time ago, but this is something that someone held on to for so long, and now they can finally like set it free. So they're ending on Hermit and Sage energy, which is just going within. And I think that that's probably best, because I think they're like seeing things from a whole new perspective, and I think that that's that's a very good thing, to see things not from like an angle of hate and like, well, you hurt me and you did this to me, it's all your fault, like to just accepting it, this relationship ended and we both were shitty in it, and like I just, I'm sorry, you're sorry, and what can we do, like it was what it was. I feel better now, and I hope you do too. Like, there's no hate here, there's no malice, there's no disrespect. It's actually all very respectful. So I don't even know what else to pull, because I feel like this person's going to stay in this hermit mode for a while. I'll pull a little more and see like what they're up to, but I feel like whoever this is, I feel like this might be Scorpio. They're just going to kind of sit here and like bask in the knowledge of knowing that like this shit doesn't hurt anymore, So yeah, I definitely see this person might come back around, but when they feel ready, because they're single right now and they're looking at this as kind of like unfinished, okay, and that's all acceptable. But I also feel with the wheel in reverse that this person might feel like, is this someone I'm ever gonna get over? You know what I mean? Like, I finally see the truth. I finally like put this to rest, and yeah, I'm still kind of like, I think they're going to realize, like, being single and shit, that they're still thinking about this person. I don't know why, but I'm getting that this is the same person, right? With the wheel in reverse. This could be just this Scorpio going towards someone new. And that's what I'm kind of getting with the Empress and the Emperor coming up here. But at the same time, I'm getting the Two of Cups in reverse. So again, I still think it's these two people. I still think it's this true pair. I think it's, I finally accept this. It doesn't hurt me anymore. I'm going to be single for a little while, just go into my like introspection, just live my life on my own. And then this person comes up with this idea through being single, through just doing their thing, like that maybe they would want to talk to this person, or maybe that they feel like this is unfinished, or maybe this will always feel unfinished, you know? It's just like, what can we do at this point? But I think they actually might approach this feminine again one day. I just feel like when they're ready. I don't think they've been ready until maybe now, you know? I don't think this person has been able to like accept what happened here until now. And you might be like, well, this happened like 5 years ago, this happened like 10 years ago, this happened like a year ago. Whenever this took place, you're like, well, it happened a while ago. And it's like, well, this is when this person's finally healed, or this person can finally see. You see their 5 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's the same person, the Queen of Cups. It's like, yeah, I'm finally not holding on to like the hostility. I'm finally able to move forward from the pain. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it doesn't matter how long it's been. I feel like this person has been sitting in this pain for so long, and they're finally healing. They're finally like letting it go. And in letting it go, I feel like it opens up the door for this person to do whatever they want. Like, this relationship isn't holding them back anymore. And yeah, again, they went through maybe a time of depression because of this relationship ending and because of all the shit that happened here. But I do see them communicating. We end again on the 8 of Wands. So I do see this person reaching out again. I do see this person maybe even wanting to take another shot at this. But it took this person a very long time to heal. You know, it took this person a very long time to get to this point. This has not been like an easy thing to get to. Yeah. So let's pull some advice. So yeah, I see with Shakana the presence of the divine feminine. At the center of everything there is light, and I am that light. Exactly. Like, it doesn't matter how much darkness was in this relationship. I also feel a lot of light, like an equal amount of light, if not way more light. And I think it was way more light, to be honest, especially with this coming up. And I think that this person goes back and forth because what happened to them was very painful. What happened to them hurt. But at the end of the day, this relationship gave them more than it took away. And I feel like at the very end, like, you know, years later, when you look back at this, you're not going to look at, I don't think, like the tragedy or like the hurt, but I think you're going to look at like the love between the two of you. And that's what I have here, romance. So it's like, it hasn't ended, you know what I mean, in this person's head, like the love between the two of you. But for some time, I feel like, you know how they say like love and hate, there's a very thin line between love and hate. I feel like this person hated, you know, the feminine or the Queen of Cups. Like one of the people here hated the other. Like, there was just, I hate that person. Like, they did this to me and I hate them. And now I feel like this person's coming to the understanding of like, I don't hate them. I actually never did hate them. I think I just was really like in pain, and I don't think I knew like how to deal with my pain, and I don't think I knew how to deal with like the hurt and the loss and like whatever the fuck happened here. I don't think I was able to understand like why I did what I did, and I couldn't understand why they did what they did, and it was just such a bad time, you know. And I look back at that time and it hurts. But now I feel like with the moving on, with the closure, comes this person stepping into light and not feeling that pain anymore. Like, when they think of cup and love, they don't think of that pain, and I think that that's going to set this person free. And we have metamorphosis here at the bottom of the deck, so, you know, there's been this really big change in this person. And with luck, I feel like this person felt lucky to have known this person, like felt lucky. I feel like, Scorpio, this is you, like you felt lucky to have known them. You felt lucky to have been like in a relationship with them, and like everything's kind of turning around, and I don't even think you understand why, but I think it's because, you know, healing has taken place. And I think it's because, you know, acceptance is taking place. And I think it's because I think something here happened where you saw someone else's shadow. Like, there's definitely something here that happened where you're learning. You're learning. So maybe you went into another relationship and you realize a lot about your past relationship, right? Like, I feel like that's something that could have happened here. Or you went into, you know, a really bad relationship, and that helped you kind of appreciate this relationship. Whatever it was that triggered all this learning, it is a really beautiful thing. So I see this whole relationship could even turn around at one point, if both people decided. But that's what I'm getting. I don't think that's like the agenda, though. I think somebody's here just kind of like chilling, and being alone for a little bit and trying to figure themselves out. So that's what I'm getting, Scorpio. I love you guys. I hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.